Listen, institutions are now net short Bitcoin, but it's not as scary as it seems. It's actually a bullish thing, no matter what you're hearing. I'm going to tell you why. I'm also going to review a lot of charts and a ton of news today. We've got a lot to go over, so I'm not going to waste time yapping here. Let's go.
Let's go.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of Wall Street. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel. And if you're wearing a mask for COVID, rub your mask on the like button so that you don't give your keyboard any germs. Just take your mask and put your face down right there on the keyboard and rub that like button. And don't get COVID from your keyboard or give COVID to your keyboard, because your keyboard is protecting you and you are protecting your keyboard by wearing a mask. I have a mask here, actually. I'm going to throw a look. I'm going to put a mask in my keyboard. Wouldn't want to do any COVIDs with the keyboard. Guys, like I said in the introduction, we're going to talk about a few things, why there's some scary news that institutions are net short Bitcoin. First of all, we all know that that's just an opportunity for a short squeeze. Am I right? But also why that's not a bearish thing. I've also got quite a few charts for you guys. I don't really see a reason to yap. Let's just get up in it. CME leveraged funds raised bets against Bitcoin to record high as futures premium spikes. Earlier this month, analysts had warned of renewed interest in cash and carry arbitrage. I wonder who those analysts were. What has Two Thumbs been telling you about cash and carry again for weeks? This guy right here. Oh, the top fire. So guys, yeah, we're seeing that leverage funds are net short Bitcoin heavily, 31,000 contracts for the first time in a long time. But why is that? Is that because they're bearish and they believe that Bitcoin's going to go down? Is that why? No, we all know the answer is because there's literally free money on the table, especially now that the Bitcoin Futures ETF has launched. Why is that? Because you can buy spot Bitcoin, or even better, buy GBTC. By the way, when I told you about this, GBTC was at a 20% discount. Now it's at a 12% discount because, as I told you last week, Barry and friends were going to start buying the hell out of GBTC. They have $1 billion to do it, and we're going to start to see that gap close because it's literally free money. You buy Bitcoin or GBTC, and then you get an even 12% larger gap, and then you short the futures contract. And as time goes and it converges, you get free yield. It's literally basically risk-free, free money, making 15, 20% yields on this, institutions. So it's actually extremely bullish. They are net short futures because they are buying the hell out of spot Bitcoin. For them to be shorting it, that means they have to be buying the actual asset. It's extremely bullish. So don't be fooled by people who just look at this and go, holy crap, bro. Institutions are shorting. We're all dead. We're all going to be poor. That is not how this works. They are shorting it because they are buying spot. That makes the price go up, not down. Slowly, we will see that gap start to diminish as they arbitrage away that premium. Now, in what's arguably the LOLiest news of the day, Tesla may start accepting Bitcoin payments again. Of course. Obviously. He even said when they stopped that he was going to start again down the road. But people got all panicky. But yeah, the world's leading electric car manufacturer, Tesla, has hinted that it may resume accepting Bitcoin and crypto payments for its vehicles. This is from their third quarterly report filing with the SEC. You guys may remember that like 2020 or something, one of the greatest tweets of all time by Elon Musk was, I finally know something to the effect of, I finally know what SEC stands for, and the middle letter E is Elon's. And if you guys need that to be coded for you, he was saying, suck Elon's cock. That's what he was saying. I'm not trying to say bad words on my stream gratuitously, but it's Elon Musk's words, not mine. He's been sticking it to the SEC since day one. Suck Elon's cock. That's what he said. He's been sticking it to the SEC for ages now, guys. And now, either way, back to the SEC saying that they might again start accepting crypto payments. Obviously, no surprises here. No surprises here. Let's take a look at the Tesla chart because they did a slightly small little kind of tiny little deal with Hertz to sell billions of dollars worth of cars. Billions of dollars worth of cars. Now, if only there was an analyst out there who bought Tesla at $30, told everyone to sell it at $300, told everyone to buy it again at $180, did not ride the entire thing. And when it split, now has been telling people to buy it again from $600 to $700. It's now at $1,000. Two thumbs, this guy. Most obvious bet, the most highly shorted stock on Wall Street because emotional, dumbass Wall Street traders who think they're so smart and are going to short it because it has no value. Imagine shorting Elon Musk. Well, this is what you get. You get parabolic price action, a breakout here that was obvious and we were talking about over and over again, and now a new break of the high. Listen, I'm not saying it will fill, but this is a God tier entry if it comes down. We got this big gap here. It's a breakaway gap. Does not need to be filled like many other gaps. And a retest of 900 would be extremely bullish if you're looking for it. But Tesla's gone. Have fun staying poor if you've been shorting Tesla. Michael Burry literally just deleted his Twitter account because he's getting so much shit for talking about shorting Bitcoin and Tesla. Imagine shorting Bitcoin and Tesla.
Bye, Felicia.
Not going to happen. So anyways, back again, third largest Bitcoin whale bought 37 million in Bitcoin. We've talked about this guy. He's been a Giga Chad. He sold a bunch in the 60,000s, bought all the way down to 30, like millions and tens of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars worth. Then he had that weird moment like a week or two ago where he sold at 56 and bought back at 57 immediately the next day. It's the right move. Well, now he's bought $37 million more worth of Bitcoin, 596. This guy is one of the wallets definitely worth watching. Third biggest whale wallet that there is, actively trading Bitcoin. Give you a very good idea of what whales are thinking. This is probably nothing. Probably nothing, as I often like to say on Twitter. Probably nothing. The Korea Teachers Credit Union is planning to invest in Bitcoin. This is a $40 billion asset manager and is one of the most conservative kind of investment institutions you get. Pensions, endowments. These are the guys that their risk managers are like the tight buttoned up, like guys who are like, oh, the risk. And we got to calculate the risks and do risks and assessments of risks, right? Like the guy with the glasses and the pocket protector and the button, you know that guy. The most conservative they are out there. Well, as I've been saying for ages, even though a Bitcoin Futures ETF is far from ideal, we know it's not ideal, right? That gives these risk managers an excuse to finally buy Bitcoin or gain exposure to it in a way that fits their risk profile and something that they can do. And that's what they said here. They're not going to buy Bitcoin. They're going to, right, by getting exposure via investment products such as Bitcoin ETFs. Now there's an ETF. They can start gaining exposure to Bitcoin. These are the most conservative institutions that there are in the entire world, and they're going to start buying Bitcoin now. That's dope. It's not let's go. It's that's dope. Listen.
That's dope.
Can you hear it?
That's dope.
That's dope. I say that that's dope, and you guys should think that that is dope as well. On to the next story. Crypto fund inflows hit record 1.5 billion as Bitcoin futures ETFs go live. Bitcoin dominated this week's inflows with 99% share. Ooh, boy. That's the pain train for other coins. Last week, Bitcoin's weekly inflows were at 70 million. So this obviously is a result of the ETF because we saw that ProShares alone did 1 billion basically in volume, 700 billion inflows just in the first day, almost 2 billion in the first 2 days. We know that Valkyrie has done almost 100 million now, probably as of today. Of course, we're seeing major inflows into these products because we now have ETFs. So that's why I'm saying I wouldn't worry too much about people shorting these for free money. We're seeing that the institutional interest is there, just like I just talked about the Korean Teachers Union. There were a lot of people on the sidelines who needed an ETF to buy in. On the flip side, Ether fund flows. Ether, while almost hitting an all-time high, here they go. Although the ETH price climbed, funds focused on the cryptocurrency saw outflows for a third consecutive week. Outflows from Ether-focused funds total 1.4 million. That's literally nothing last week. This is minor profit taking at the price closes in on all-time high. These are fun people who, like this was their target. They're taking money off the table, but in my opinion, are likely to have fun staying poor.
Congratulations.
Right? Because we all know that Ethereum is probably next to make a massive move to the upside. Let's take a really quick look now at the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts and see what we can find. Listen, the weekly chart still looks good on Bitcoin. Nothing doing here. This was an ugly candle, but I told you I'm not going to go into more detail about why I'm not worried about it. But we're trading between the highest weekly close ever and the all-time high. No surprises here, right? You take a look at the daily chart, kind of the same thing. I already showed you the idea of the inverse head and shoulders that a lot of people are going to be looking at. I'm going to renew this chart because I know that I updated it already. This is still kind of what you should be looking at. Want to see it hold the 4-hour 50 MA here. It's testing it right now. But inevitably, we really want to be trading above 63K. Bottom line right now, there's nothing to see on Bitcoin, which means it's probably starting to be altcoin time. ETH BTC yesterday was looking a little shady. Like I said, though, I bet it'll close right at that support. It did. Now it's holding this blue line as support. We want to see it flip this EQ of the channel. Kind of hard for me to see exactly what that level is, but it's about 0.067533. We're right there right now. And then you're looking for a flip of that and a move to the top of the range. But let's look at ETH USD. That's the one to be watching, obviously. Had this perfect touch almost. Came up like $20, $15, depending on the exchange, short of the all-time high. Right there. Just short of the all-time high. Dropped down to support. Anything above 4,000 looking great. But the real trade now, obviously, is a flip of the all-time high and price discovery. That's what we are looking for, because then we can say, "I'm rich, biatch!" Rich, biatch. God, man, Dave Chappelle's having a struggle fest, getting canceled for his little routine he did there on Netflix. Unfortunate for him, dude. This world, people are a little bit too sensitive. Hey, John says, good morning. I'm just seeing your guys over here. What you got going on? A lot of things can get canceled if you don't care. Yeah, but I mean, they literally canceled him. Like all his backers and funding literally canceled. Like he's on it, like he has money and they're literally canceling his money. I'm rich, bitch. That's right. I'm rich, bitch. Got that right there for you guys. Anyways, Bakkt shares surge 180% after pacts with Mastercard, Fiserv for crypto payments. You guys remember Bakkt? You remember like 2018, 19, maybe? Bakkt was backed by the New York Stock Exchange, and they're going to make institutions come to crypto, and nothing happened. We were so bullish on Bakkt. This was it. It was the grand experiment that was going to bring institutions, and then all of us just saw it fall flat.
Congratulations.
Right? Played ourselves. But Bakkt came backed. Guess who's backed? Backed again. Bakkt is backed. Tell a friend. Yeah, right. So Bakkt came. They launched on the NASDAQ. They're a publicly traded company and did this deal with Mastercard yesterday. It was announced that is going to allow every single Mastercard merchant on planet Earth to accept crypto. Every single one. That's right, guys. We got the Backstreet Boys. Yeah, I mean, it reminiscent to me of a song by a young, talented, wholesome artist from the New Orleans area. His name's Juvenile. Let's take a look at the Bakkt chart. That's what happened. This is what happened. It went from $8 up to 31. It traded up to 36. Remember, I just mentioned Juvenile? Back that ass up. Obviously, girl, you look good. Won't you back that ass up? Look at that chart. Look at that chart. My God.
Well, obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they're raping everybody.
Yeah, I mean, Bakkt's raping everybody up in here. That's what's happening. Look at this. Look at that volume. This is trading like crazy, guys. They're bringing sexy Bakkt. Oh, someone just said that. Back to the Future, bringing sexy Bakkt. Chris, great minds thinks alike. Yeah, guys. I mean, it is. I mean, that is a God tier green dildo, as we like to say in the industry. If you're in the industry, you know that green dildo is not a sexual thing. It's just that on the chart, right? Yeah. We taking it back to the old school with that one, right? All right, moving on. Too many jokes. Near hits all-time high following launch of 800 million ecosystem growth fund. We're seeing a lot of these growth funds very bullish for coins, right? People coming out and saying, listen, we're going to like give 800 million, a billion here, 1.5 billion there to grow in our ecosystem. Come apply. It's basically like a grant program for people to build on these blockchains. And it's having massive, massive effect on the price of coins, as it should. Ethereum competitor Near has launched an 800 million fund to support initiative targeting the ecosystem's growth. I don't own any of this, to be quite frank. Never even thought about this coin really that much. Kind of was not really on my radar, but here we are. Near absolutely. Look at the chart. Let's look at the chart. Love it. And so this is another example of an all-time high break being retested right now today as support. Price discovery. If I had drawn it here, I would have done this. And then I would have said, it always kind of seems to happen on that next candle. So sky's the limit on this. I don't own it. I'm not trading it. I don't even have access to Binance. But once again, $800 million they're investing into their ecosystem, and the coin is reacting well. That's nice. That is nice. Ooh, Cryptonaut with the pun. It's near price discovery. Near price discovery. Near it. It is near it. Do you guys get it? Do you guys get it? Near? Right, whatever.
Bye, Felicia.
Moving on. Tom Brady gives Bitcoin to fan for return of TD ball. Fan asks for round of golf. That fan is tripping, bro. Golf. Got Bitcoin out here. NFL star Brady added 1 Bitcoin to a package of jerseys and tickets as a thank you gesture to a Bucs fan. He threw his 600th touchdown pass. I think it was to OJ Howard, maybe. It says to a tight end, and I know that Cameron Brate don't catch shit except for a common cold. I think it was OJ Howard, threw it into the stands, didn't know, but the fan immediately gave it back. Tom Brady hooked him up with a whole bunch of fresh stuff, autographs, and gave him season tickets for the rest of the year and season tickets for next year, autograph helmet, autograph balls, and then was like, hey, Sam, FTX, throw this dude a Bitcoin. Of course, after all that, the guy was like, can I play golf with you? It was Mike Evans. They're saying it was Mike Evans. That's not a tight end. Leave it to Decrypt Leave it to Decrypt to say a tight end because they know nothing about football. I wasn't paying attention. I should have known because I was playing against Mike Evans in 3 fantasy leagues and he dumped 3 touchdowns. Pawn the face in the first half. Mike Evans was treated. Hey, listen, he threw it to Mike Evans. Scott, come on, man. Listen, I wasn't paying attention. It says tight end right here in the article. Show me where Mike Evans is a tight end. If you show me how Mike Evans is a tight end, I will show you how Mike Evans touched me in fantasy football. And it wasn't that great. Wasn't that great. But anyways, yeah, man, Tom Brady, this guy's really in on it. I was at Micah Johnson's wedding this weekend, and a guy who I guess shoots a ton of video for Aku and for Michael Johnson is also like Tom Brady's right-hand man for video. He shoots all of his stuff. And so I just got a text. Sorry. And so he said that Tom Brady is literally like all in on crypto. It's not an act. It's not bullshit. It's something he does all the time, talks about it all the time, wants to talk about it all the time, is absolutely legitimate, and he's super into it. So listen, he's the greatest football player of all time. I always hated him. Didn't like him. Didn't like the Pats, but I respected him. And now I kind of love him. Peer-to-peer Bitcoin exchange LocalBitcoin launches mobile app. LocalBitcoins app is now available on Android with iOS coming soon. Good. Finally. Good. We all know that LocalBitcoins has been saving lives since the day they launched, right? This is how people transact in countries, third world countries, the way that they send each other Bitcoin back and forth. There are other ways to do it now, but finally they're launching a mobile app. This was really hard to use for a lot of people because they needed desktop access to the internet, and they did not have phones. Well, now they have phones, so they can do it the right way. Amazing. Rand Paul asked whether crypto could become the reserve currency of the world. Let's see what he had to say here.
But here's what I've started to believe now is that the government currencies are so unreliable. They're also fiat currencies. They're not backed by anything. The dollar's been more stable than most other countries, and so it is the reserve currency.
By the way, this is the spiel that made you a rock star with young people during your presidential campaign.
Well, I've started to question now whether or not cryptocurrency could actually become the reserve currency of the world as more and more people lose confidence in government.
Listen, I think Rand Paul's kind of a goober. Got beat up pretty bad by his neighbor. But yeah, everybody loves a libertarian who talks about the collapse of fiat currency and how Bitcoin could become the world's reserve currency. Do you guys think that that's accurate? Curious. Yeah, I mean, people are saying they can't stand him. And just like that, I like Rand Paul. Yeah, I mean, listen, we've all become like one-issue voters, right? Everyone's like, I hate everything about that guy, but he said Bitcoin, I'm in. I'm not really like that. I'm going to be honest, I don't mess with any of these politicians. I opted out. I have Bitcoin, so I don't have to listen to these guys. But I listen because we have to listen. But I don't want to listen. I don't listen. Yeah. He got his ass whipped by his neighbor. That's right. He got his ass whipped by his neighbor. His neighbor was a crazy liberal. They took our jobs. Come on, man. He just whooped his ass. Maybe his neighbor just didn't like that his neighbor was a dickhead and he beat him up. Maybe it wasn't about politics. Maybe two guys who live next door to each other just didn't like each other, and one of them was better at fighting than the other one. That is possible.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, doesn't matter. Yeah. Sometimes you look at a guy and you're like, maybe he's nice, but also like maybe he just needs a ass beaten every once in a while. Definitely possible. But anyways, listen, I'm curious if you guys actually think that crypto Bitcoin can become world reserve currency. Also, he said Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and not just Bitcoin. He's been a long-term supporter of Bitcoin, but he said both, which I find very, very, very interesting. So yeah, guys, and you know what? I don't want the dollar to lose reserve status. We'd all be fucked here. Kristen makes a great point, and one that I love and I like to make often. It's cool to be a Bitcoin maximalist. It's cool to believe in it. But like cheering for the end of the world so that you can be right and your Bitcoin can be worth something, not really that great. If fiat currencies collapse, if the dollar collapses, we'll all have our Bitcoin, but it'll be like Mad Max, right? You'll have your Bitcoin, but you'll need like 17 one-eyed mutants to protect you. And then they turn on you and they take your Bitcoin anyways, right? We all know how that movie ends. I don't want to live in a dystopian future just to be right. I would rather governments just kind of become more responsible. And Bitcoin is also worth something, right? I think that would be pretty sweet. I think that would be pretty sweet. So anyways, yeah, Kristen says yes. She agrees. Yeah, best case scenario is they coexist. What's wrong with that? Seems like the best case scenario to me. But Rand Paul quickly gaining favor with 14-year-old dudes in their mom's basements. European investor initiates ICC arbitration proceedings against Binance, seeking $140 million. A wealthy investor claims his fund were unjustly liquidated by the exchange in November 2020. He's seeking compensation more than $140 million. That is quite the liquidation, my friend. He probably liquidated in his shorts when he saw that. I would say that his underwear, he probably needs to check it because that is quite the liquidation that probably led to quite the liquidation. But looking for $140 million, saying he was unjustly liquidated. And it says the claim is directed at more than 45 entities around the world said to be connected to Binance. Right? Since the exchange does not disclose its headquarters, he's just suing everybody. They're suing everybody out here, right? He's like Antoine Dodson. They suing everybody out here, right? And he's just like, yo, you guys unjustly liquidated me. I don't know who did it. I'm coming after everybody. But it will be interesting to see if they settle or what happens here, if he was unjustly liquidated or if he's just a shitty trader who had a whole lot of money. Wolf of Wall Street, not all streets. Wolf of Wall Street joined the NFT craze, vowed never to leave it. Jordan Belfort, this dude's been shitting on cryptocurrency since like day one. And all of a sudden, like he's got like a crypto punk as his avatar. He says, wow, I love NFT Twitter. I didn't even realize it. Now I guess NFT Twitter is like a subset of crypto Twitter. And now that I'm here, I'm not fucking leaving. Good night. We all know that that's a quote from the movie that's about him and Leonardo DiCaprio. And I'm not fucking leaving. But yeah, kind of surprising, but I would say that like we're as fully mainstream as you can be fully mainstream when dudes like this are now in on NFTs who are like hating on it hard. Speaking of in on NFTs, SuperRare posts best month as single edition Ethereum NFT prices soar. Starry Night Capel and Snoop Dogg, Cosmo de Medici, Smokemo de Blizanti, as we like to call him, Bluntio de his eyesy, are among the biggest buyers in recent weeks as SuperRare sets trading volume record. SuperRare absolutely pumping. New monthly record for trading volume. Public blockchain data curated by Dune Analytics shows more than 31 million worth of NFT trading volume so far this month on SuperRare, beating the previous record of just 29.5 back in March. Primary and secondary sales, guys. NFTs are swallowing the world. Are you guys collecting them? I feel like I need to buy some of the good shit. It's just not really in my knowledge base. I'm curious if you guys, like anyone out there, own a punk. What would you sell your punk for if you do? What would you sell the punk for? John Doe likes my face. That's what I know. Not showing your screen, whatever. I was trying to hide my screen. Yeah. So if you missed it, here, you missed European Guy, Wolf of Wall Street, SuperRare. That's the stuff you guys might have missed. I played a video, forgot to share the screen again. Welcome to my life, guys. It seems like most of you guys are not messing with NFTs over here. I have some good NFTs that made me 7K off one sale. That's nice. Wolf, who signed the basketball behind you? That is the 2006-2007 National Championship Gator team plus their coach, Bill Donovan. So it's like Joakim Noah, Al Horford, Chris Humphreys, Corey Brewer, Billy Donovan, all those dudes. Torian Green. That's who that is. Those are all Gators. The helmet next to it is Spurrier, who like walks down my street every day. That dude has trouble walking, but he's my neighbor and he struggles hard. Those baseballs are like Pete Rose, Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, Sandy Koufax, Hank Aaron, Jose Canseco back there. I don't know how he made the cut. It's 96 Yankees, Steve Carlton. Yeah, man, I love that stuff. Did I say Chris Humphreys? No, not his ex. Was that what did I say? That was not his name. I said the wrong name. Anyways, yeah. No, it's not him. God, now I'm blanking on his name. Now look, 2006 Gator basketball team. Little white guy who could shoot his brains out. How am I losing this? Baseball, basketball. That's not the team. This thing, am I okay? Torian Green, Walter Hodge. No. I don't see. I don't know. Maybe I'm blind. But there was a little white dude whose name is Lee Humphrey. Did I say Chris Humphreys? Yeah, I got Kim Kardashian on the brain. Kim Kardashian. Yeah, Jason Williams played for the Gators. White chocolate. I used to go see that dude play, but then he got kicked off the team for doing the weeds. Ooh, Mike emailed me on the website. We'll have to check that. Okay, I will get that. I owe you money. Brother. I owe you money. Okay, guys, that's it. We're done. I got 2 podcasts to record today, which is going to be awesome. Snow Bunny says I have cool balls. That's awesome. So yeah, what did Emmy say? Someone said Emmy with a heater. Chris Humphreys, I don't know, man. I missed it. Okay, guys. Hope you had a good time. Everything's bullish. Don't be fooled. Don't get sucked down the bear trap. It's not fun. Bears are miserable people. They hate fun. They hate good times. They hate when you make money. It's a good time. Guys, it's been fun. I will see you at this exact same time tomorrow. Peace out.
That's dope.